Paul Kohler.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. When it comes to the police, politicians are all too eager to demand more and more while giving less and less. Years of failure and ineffective resourcing from the previous Conservative government have left police forces across the country overstretched, understaffed and unable to focus on the crimes that impact our communities the most. Whilst the Shadow Police Minister spoke about the 20,000 officers his government finally restored, he didn't mention the fact that it was funded by getting rid of 30,000 backroom staff, with officers required to do their jobs. It was no more than a disingenuous conjuring trick in search of headlines. However, Madam Deputy Speaker, whilst this funding settlement represents a welcome increase, it's ultimately a missed opportunity. The National Police Chiefs Council estimates this settlement still leaves a £1.3 billion funding gap over the next 2 years. So rather than improving police provision, it will in fact do no such thing. The situation facing the Met, which serves my Wimbledon constituency, is stark. I met the Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley, recently. He told me he is still facing a £130 million shortfall and is determined to take a strategic approach to the inevitable cuts rather than salami slicing the entire service. What impact this will have on particular areas is currently unclear, but in Wimbledon we fear our police station is again under threat. When I was attacked in my home, my life was saved by 2 brave officers from that station who arrived within 8 minutes of my eldest daughter dialing 999. If Wimbledon Police Station had not been there, I would not be here. Which is why, when the Mayor of London sought to close it in 2017, I took him to court and won. However, despite Baroness Case's review, noting the closure of 126 police stations has contributed to the reduction of frontline policing, the current BCU commander for South West London at a recent Merton Council scrutiny session was equivocal about whether one of the police stations' long-term future could be guaranteed. I consequently raised its future with Sir Mark when we met, and whilst he recognised its importance, was unable to offer any guarantees. It is clear, however, if we are serious about community policing in my constituency, Wimbledon Police Station must be retained. This settlement also fails to address a critical systemic issue. The police funding mechanism is not fit for purpose, as the Home Office acknowledged a decade ago, when the previous government announced plans to reform it, but then, surprise, surprise, did nothing. The National Police Chiefs Council has described the current model as outdated, leading to large regional disparities in how particular police forces are funded, as we've already heard. The Home Secretary should have seized this moment to reform how the mechanism works. Sadly, however, she looked the other way, just like her predecessors have done for the last 10 years. Yesterday, when he appeared before the Home Affairs Select Committee, I asked the Home Office Permanent Secretary, Sir Matthew Rycroft, as to whether he had had any discussions with the Home Secretary as to whether she was going to reform the police funding mechanism. Yes, he said, but then talked about picking the right moment, as there's clearly a lot of politics involved, before finally admitting he's not sure when it's going to happen. So perhaps the Minister can tell us today. To be clear, I welcome the settlement, but remain concerned the Home Secretary is not using the opportunity to address systemic issues, while continuing to fund follies like the expensive and ineffective Police and Crime Commissioner model. Politics is, of course, all about making hard choices, and I acknowledge the Home Secretary has more than her fair share to make. However, I remain unconvinced she has made all the right ones on this occasion. Thank you.